Bro, this is crazy. This is so much. What the hell? I got groomed on Roblox to catch a Robloxian finding Roblox predators. I caught Roblox's most dangerous predator. What the hell? It comes with the territory. It's like I was talking to a friend about this. He's like, "Well, you beef with some companies." It's like, bro, I beef with Elon Musk. I beef with governments. It comes with the territory. This is like one of the aspects of one of the unspoken parts of doing what I do. You speak out on issues, it's going to catch a lot of flack. It's going to catch a lot of heat, and some companies are going to take the initiative and be like, "No, we don't want to associate with this person because we'd rather associate with Israel," which is it is what it is, and I think all of that is ultimately inconsequential in the grand scheme of things because it's not going to cause me to shy away from speaking out about stuff like this. But I do know for a fact that that is precisely the reason why a lot of people do shy away from speaking about things like this. If you're ever wondering like why your favorite content creators don't say anything like that, don't come out and consistently advocate for certain things or advocate against the Trump administration actively. If you're like, what the fuck's going on? These guys are like black bagging people. This is part of the reason. You know, the Republicans buy shoes too mentality, but with Israel, it's obviously bipartisan. So Miss Rachel was right. Exactly. Exactly. And also, this is completely inconsequential, especially because like the issues that I'm speaking on, the issues that I get to speak on every single day is far more important. Like I'm losing opportunities here and there is nothing in comparison to the death and destruction that Palestinian people experience on a daily fucking basis. So of course this kind of stuff, or being called a fucking Nazi, being called a terrorist or whatever the fuck, like all the racialized hatred that I receive on a daily basis is ultimately nothing. It's nothing. It is what it is. It's just a part of the process. I am eternally grateful for being able to still even have a platform. And I'm happy that I get to have a large community of like-minded people. Hope you're doing okay, bro. Yeah, I'm doing great. I don't have any issues. Do you think Trump is going to pull out the equation tomorrow and say in Trump voice, we're going to let them fight it out till the end and scold Zelensky again? I don't know. Did you see Trump's team left papers in a printer at the meeting the other day? I did. I heard that. That's so funny. The other day, I was pretty blown away to discover that my home state of South Dakota had completely blue representation in the 70s. It was represented by a Democratic Arab senator for 9 years. He advocated for indigenous rights and was mostly a pretty solid figure. What the fuck happened in my state? His name was James Aburezk. Pretty cool, but also bummed to see how lame this place got. Yeah. I think a lot of people forget. Bro, you're always talking about Israel so much that I tune out. You're the most active person I know that's always bringing out the genocide to the forefront. Keep doing the thing, brother. Yeah. Can get the geriatric one up there. Shirtless stream when? No. That's lyrics to Jason and Ron's song. I have not heard it. Have you listened to it? No, I have not. What is this?
Do you think it'll fit?
What? Think it'll fit? What?
Yeah.
Bro, these guys should stop making music, I think. What the hell? What the hell? Think it'll fit? Yeah? What?
Okay.
You got Raya on the phone yet? What do you mean? What's Raya on the phone? What?
Tell me, do you love me, baby? Tell me, do you love me, baby? Flip you over, turn around, baby. Let me put it in you, drive you crazy. Look, you like
Okay, this is like not bad. It's actually not bad.
a lollipop. Fuck you
Oh,
till
do
your
we
legs
have a
lock.
do we have a blast off meme is what I was asking for, and no one gave me one. So I just kind of didn't blast off at all. This song makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I thought Zoomers hated Sexo. I thought that was like a thing that like Zoomers are like repulsed by Sexo. What happened? Are they not? Are Zoomers back on sex? Are Zoomers pro sex now? Here's a fun 20-minute video games. I got 1 million. Here's a fun 20-minute video games that got 1.5 millions by
In
a
this
creator.
video, I'll be discussing
views by a creator that follows you. Why no black people in video games? Wait, I think I see this dude's TikToks. IRL sex, no, but only in emotes and D songs. Okay, I'm just gonna use this one. All right, let's do it. 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 Let's go.
the
We blasted
controversial
off.
topic
We
of
freaking blasted
race.
off.
In video games, a topic that I'm not an expert on, but I
Roblox is CNDing this creator for exposing pedos on the platform. Wait, what? Bro, this is crazy. This is so much. What the hell? I got groomed on Roblox to catch a Robloxian finding Roblox predators. I caught Roblox's most dangerous predator. What the hell? Dude, what the hell is going on Roblox, bro? Dude, predators are so fucking insane. I mean, look, obviously they are insane. They're fucking predators. They're child predators, right? But like, they just use any and every outlet they can. Brother, what do you mean you're on Roblox? What do you mean you're in Roblox lobbies? That is insane. I guess that's where the kids are. Is that what it is? I don't know. I've never played Roblox. To this day, I have never downloaded Roblox and never played Roblox. Everybody always is yelling at me to play Roblox. I don't even know where you download it and where you play it because I am 34 years old. I mean, eventually I probably will at some point because like I said I was going to play Dress to Impress, for example. But I don't understand it. Like my old ass doesn't even understand what Roblox is because it looks like busted Minecraft, but also at the same time, there's like every time I see something that people say is Roblox, is like there's so many different versions of it. So from the outside, I've always like tried to comprehend what it is, but it like doesn't make any sense to me because there's like shooting games in it. There are, Dress to Impress is like in Roblox, right? Isn't that like they've made all of these like different games? So in my mind, I don't even understand what the game is actually because I've seen so many different versions of it. I think it's like a Gen Alpha Gmod. Unfortunately, evangelical anti-porn organizations, Christian anti-porn organizations have been pointing out grooming for years. I mean, just because it's like an evangelical Christian organization that's pointing it out doesn't mean it's not something that should immediately be put an end to.
Roblox is a
Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What do you mean? That's fine. I mean, they use stuff like that to obviously get a foothold and gain influence in these spaces and just open the door to like further censorship. But this is one of those things where it's like, I think, the company should take initiative. Except it feels like the company took initiative, but in the opposite direction, where instead of taking the initiative and like banning the pedophiles or trying to create a safer universe for the children that are primarily playing Roblox, they turned around and banned the the people that were calling out the predators. Like, I don't know what the hell that was about. But then again, I don't know. I don't really fully understand what it is. The blast off link is not working. Wait, did I fuck it up? They banned a vigilante. Predators buy sneakers too. Well, I mean, what do I always say? There's a permission structure. There is a permission structure. And the more that permission structure expands, the more these kinds of things become normalized, right? Whether it be predatory behavior, whether it be literally people advocating for pedophilia, which sounds fucking insane. When you say it out loud, you're like, what? What do you mean people are advocating for pedophilia? There are people who are doing that, right? So like, the more people don't push back against this, the less there is any sort of social stigma surrounding these sorts of things that are utterly criminal and should be immediately cast aside. The more people feel comfortable coming out and entertaining this notion. Did you see Hamzat win the fight last night? Yeah, a lot of people were saying it was an underwhelming fight and it was boring. But, free Palestine. 5 rounds full of grab ass. I mean, Dagestan on top. I mean, he's not even Dagestani, he's Chechen. But right? He's Chechen, right? And I think he had to literally, because he's like besties, because he's besties with Ramazan Kadyrov, he had to get a new passport. He had to get a Dubai. He had to go to Dubai, bro. And yeah, he's a UAE national. And I think like Donald Trump pushed to allow him to fight, right? He's they finally got him in the US this time. Yeah, Donald Trump will get anybody in here. He don't give a fuck, especially if Dana is asking for it. If Dana White is asking for it, it's good. It'll happen. 529 strikes compared to Unday 50 domination. Did you see this fatherless behavior? Are you even surprised? Oh, Destiny's son coming out as a Nazi? No, I'm not surprised. And yes, I did see it. And I talked about it briefly yesterday. Like I said, guy who fucking presents himself as like, the antidote to the alt-right, literally can't even be an antidote to the Nazis with his own child. So... Anyway, don't link me stuff like that. We're doing fun day. Trump let Paramount buy UFC after the bribes. His response is funny, bro. He literally said he'll just talk to him when he's 18. That's weird. Gavin Newsom has got to be stopped. Yeah, I see him like posting whack ass memes and shit. I just like... I don't know. I is this appealing to the libs? I feel like there's definitely libs that like Gavin Newsom now. They think he's like gruesome. They think he's gruesome. I don't even know what this is. Like I guess he's like trying to copy Trump. He's trying to make fun of Trump, I assume. Right? That's what this is. This is like him being like, lol, this is the type of shit that you do, Trump. And it's just like, look, what do I always say? Put the policy in the bag, okay? Put the policy in the bag, little bro. Fix the housing market in the state that you are in, okay? Defend your constituents from ICE. I'm fine with the redistricting as long as it's not redistricting done specifically so that you can have 6 additional shit lib Democrats who are just not going to fight for their own constituents and fight for the corporate oligarchs to continue dominating the American nation. We're gonna get 6 of the worst like pro-Israel Raytheon libs out of California, in the new redistricting attempts, and then I'm just going to fucking move out of this goddamn country once and for all, you know? On his podcast, Ted Cruz, Gavin Newsom, and Dan Crenshaw are apparently the only successful podcasting politicians out there, per Kylie Wilson Tharp's newsletter. The verdict with Senator Ted Cruz is 1.4 million downloads. This is Gavin Newsom. I mean, wait, that's not bad. Why is everybody doing podcasts, man? Nobody ever listens to me. Jim Clyburn has a podcast called Clyburn Chronicles. Are we fucking for real? What the hell does he talk? Okay, I gotta look this up now. What the hell could he be talking about? Podcast by Congressman James E. Clyburn. It has 0 episodes. It doesn't have any episodes. Someone find me Jim Clyburn's podcast, please. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. What is this? Reconnecting Communities. Steve Benjamin joins Clyburn Podcast April episode. You can listen to the episode here.
Hello, this is Congressman Jim Clyburn, and I would like to welcome you to my podcast, Clyburn Chronicles. I've always been a lover of history. I see this platform as a way to connect history with the politics of today. This is so important because, as George Santayana once said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Each episode, my guest and I will have a conversation about the...
Yeah, we're doing a Fear and collab. I fear. Fear and collab imminent, okay? Fear and Jim Clyburn. Sounds like a dude in 1973 who just got a tape recorder. I mean, he is a dude in 1973. Bro, this is so nutty to me. Once again, all these guys do is just sit around, collect cash, eat hot dogs, and never legislate at the behest of their constituents. What are we doing? Do your job, man. Except his job requires him to fucking defend the corporate interests, you know? Like, what do you mean you have time to do podcasts? I do not want my legislators to have time to do podcasts. You just describe yourself. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a politician. What do you mean? Exactly. Why are you doing fuck shit? I'm supposed to be the one doing fuck shit. You're not. Do you understand? That's the point. Dude, this is so crazy because, like, if your CEO was doing this kind of stuff, you'd get mad. I mean, nothing would come out of it, obviously, because what are you going to do? Get mad at the CEO? Okay, fine. Who cares? But it's wild that it's like, this is what legislators are doing. This is what they're busy with. Bro, compare fear and talking about stealing forced to politicians, fucking around and not doing their job. Exactly. Gatekeeping influencer status is crazy. I like that we just have a perma influencer economy. That's it. We just don't have anything else. We just have influencers. Only influencing. Okay? If you're 85 years old, it doesn't matter. It's time to influence. Doesn't matter. It knows no age. For the longest time, people said, let's get the microphones away from people. And the Democratic politicians looked at that and was like, oh no, we should actually put more microphones in front of us. Which is the opposite thing. Oh, it's not. You're woefully ignorant to the world of CEO podcast. My old CEO had a podcast. Ugh, gross. Gross. Why are you podcasting? Do your job. Do your job. Do your fucking job. Your job is not the podcast. Do you ever take a rest day? Why is the left, right, and center mad at you? Can you break it down for those of us that do other stuff and listen to grown men complain about you? You're clearly doing something right. Yeah, it's all good. People just chirp. Don't worry about it. All right. Oh, you're right. I was going to make a statement. Mister, I know we're doing Fun Day, but you were responding. You were going to say about James Abrez and South Dakota being represented by Arab Dem for a decade in the 70s, and now we suck and have Christy fucking Numb Chatter distracted you. Yeah. I say this all the time. I said this at the DSA meetings too. If you remember, DSA National Convention took place in Chicago. I was there. There were a lot of delegates that came from all around the country in DSA chapters, all around the nation, right? Arkansas, Ohio, everywhere. And the thing is, a lot of these areas, a lot of these rural areas are deep red, not as a consequence of the political desires of the overwhelming majority or whatever, even though there are plenty of shitheads in these places. Shitheads that could still be convinced, mind you. But it's because the Democrats have completely stopped funding any initiatives in these areas whatsoever. They just see it as a lost cause. They see it as impossible to break through. That's it. And I think for that very reason, these areas are ripe. These areas are ripe for the picking. I think like with a decent door knocking operation and like a somewhat charismatic figure that advocates for policies that directly improve the living conditions of people in these rural areas, I think that you could really push for a solid progressive base from the countryside. I mean, look, like him, hate him, you can get mad at him over Israel, but like Bernie Sanders kind of shows that reality. This whole thing with the Fight the Oligarchy tour is proof in the pudding. It's not just places like New York City that are desperate for a fighter that is dynamic like Zoran, a left candidate like Zoran. It's not even necessarily that Zoran is a socialist that he won the New York City Democratic primary, because that moniker is not seen as a benefit. It's not beneficial at all. It's beneficial here in this community, but we are marginal. Okay? We're inconsequential in the grand scheme of things in American politics. We are far more inconsequential than Nazis are, I would say. Because Nazis make their way into the top of the Republican Party because the Nazis are aligned with Republican politics in general. They might have disagreements on certain issues, but overall they're like completely aligned on the broader swaths of policy, whereas socialists and the left are unfortunately only aligned with the Democratic base, but the Democratic politicians themselves are not aligned with actual implementation of progressive politics. So that's the reason why I always say, like, just, advocate for good things, advocate for policies in an earnest way, and you will be able to organize no matter where you go. Bernie went to West Virginia towns that no one has ever heard of to talk to people who 2 years ago would just wish death upon him. For all his faults, he's one of the only national politicians talking to and about real people. Yeah, I agree. Do you have any worries about Zoran switching up and caving to neolib politics? I mean, that's always a potential. There's always a potential for that. I don't think it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. But, you just gotta wait and see. That's it.